Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're talking tech. Now, you know, when we talk tech, we talk it in English. Just relax, kick back. Francine, my co-host, is here today. Tech diva and real estate entrepreneur extraordinaire is with us. Miss Francine Gregory. Hey, Fran, how you doing?
I am well. I am well. I am. I'm sharing that over to the group, and then I'm going to do today.
Okay, now.
Oh, this week. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Tara Lena from California Cover-Ups. We're the Biz Chicks, and we hope to be joined later, maybe by Miss TJ, all the way from New York City, who is very, very, what would you call it, adept at Twitter. So
and
with that,
others, yes.
So we're looking forward to hearing from her today, too.
Yes.
So with that, Fran, what's going on this week in tech history?
This week in tech history, the commercial computer mouse was introduced by Xerox. Xerox introduces the Xerox 8010 Star Information System, the first commercial system utilizing a computer mouse. Among other now commonplace technologies. Hey, Frankie, how you doing? The 8010 was geared towards business and was not a commercial success. Therefore, the mouse remained in relative obscurity until the Apple Lisa, but more prominently, the Apple Macintosh brought the mouse into the mainstream. And that was April 27th, 1981. In April 26, 1999, the first virus to target the flash BIOS of a PC was the Chernobyl virus, and it melted down PCs. It triggered on that day, erasing hard drives and disabling PCs primarily in Asia and Europe. One of the most destructive viruses in history, Turkey and South Korea alone reported 300,000 infected systems.
Could you imagine having your hard drive wiped out without notice?
Just you know, be like, hey. That is why we strongly advise to back up everything and then have a backup of your backup. Okay.
I hear you, a backup of the backup.
Yes. April 25th, 1996, Yahoo begins advertising its web-based search service on national television, featuring the tagline, "Do you, Yahoo?" The ads first aired during Late Night with David Letterman, Saturday Night Live, and Star Trek. This was a very early example of the internet entering the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hubble was deployed April 25th, 1990. The crew of the Space Shuttle Discovery deploys the US $2.5 billion Hubble Space Telescope. There will be initial difficulties caused by a flaw in the design of the telescope mirror. Image correction software will keep the telescope useful until corrective optics are installed on December 25th, 1993. So it took them 3 years to fix it. Interesting. A crazy day for Apple. April 24th, 1984. Hey, TJ. On the same day in 1984, Apple introduces the Apple IIc computer, announced Mac sales numbers, and discontinues the Apple III line all in one day. I don't think that's the best business model to choose. The Apple IIc was Apple's first attempt at a portable computer. Dealers placed orders for more than 52,000 units on the first day. Apple also announces that over 60,000 Macs have been sold since their introduction in January that year. In contrast, the Apple III line only sold an estimated 120,000 units in the 4 years since it was introduced, losing Apple about $60 million. My last story, first YouTube video, April 23rd, 2005. The first video uploaded to YouTube, me at the zoo, is posted at 8:27 p.m. by co-founder Jawed Karim. For now being a piece of history, the video is actually pretty dumb. This is the writer of this post. Note to future entrepreneurs, what you do may be for posterity. Choose wisely. And that is your week in tech history.
I think we all do that when we're trying out something new. We try something simple, uncomplicated, and we don't think anybody else is going to really ever view it. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Oh my gosh, how you doing, TJ?
How are you guys? How are you ladies?
We are well, all well, all well. So, Terry, I know you're going to skedaddle today, or are you sticking with us for the day?
I'm going to skedaddle today, but I always like to set a fire before I go.
Yes, she always sets up stuff that we have to, we have to bring the hoses and the water and everything.
She's setting a fire.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try not to start a forest fire before I leave today. Okay. Smokey, I got a message in my inbox from Smokey. He said, "Stop it." Okay. So today, I just want to share that Amazon has started a new service where they're going to actually put your stuff in your trunk. So if you got junk in your trunk and your car is eligible, it has to be a 215 or better, and only certain models they're able to work with because of the OnStar feature. So that's something they're adding. And then I want you to know that your Amazon Prime is going up in June.
What?
Yes, going up to $119. Okay.
They was one. They're getting an extra $20.
An extra $20. I mean, for the whole year. I mean, I ain't mad.
Well, it depends on how much you use Prime.
I use it a lot.
I do too. I had a bunch of stuff come this week.
I especially use it for TV.
Because the shows are included, but
Yeah. Right. And so, but it's better than be a nickel and dime by 3 or 4 different, what would you call them, like
service providers?
Services. Yeah, separate providers. You know what I mean?
Okay, I want to ask a question about this going to the trunk. So, your car, is it because they're gonna access the trunk while you're not there, or do they call you and say we're here and you can push a button and they can put the stuff in the trunk for you? How does that work?
That's a good question.
Okay. Well, it works similar to the doorbell thing. When they get to the car, they because you're connected to the app, it will what do you call that? Alert you that the person is there, and that they're going to open it. It lets you know when they open and when they close.
Okay.
It has to be parked in a public area.
Okay.
Because of the GPS, but also I think it's good for both the provider and the person with receiving the package. Yeah. Okay. Because that way, it's sort of a public space. You got witnesses, whatever.
Listen, this is the ideal situation would be someone who's at work.
Yes.
In a publicly accessed spot for the office or wherever they work is publicly accessed. And this is somebody who likes to order and they use Prime, but they're not at home during the time when UPS or whoever delivers. Right. And they want to make sure that they're getting their item. So this is that customer and also people who have the apps that you can remote control your car.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So you can hook it up to their key system, the remote key system.
Right.
And like you said, it's perfect for those people who don't want to be wondering, is it still on my doorstep by the time I get home from work? Because they can deliver it, but you got these people following delivering people.
And remember, Amazon does they have food shopping. Is it Amazon Fresh?
Yes.
So you can have them put non-perishables
in the car.
When I saw it in the graphics, it was more like toys or diapers and things of that nature.
Yeah, the non-perishables. Now I'm going to interject here because I got my first delivery of Farm to You today.
Oh, okay.
It was very good, and it is definitely fresh. They gave me I had the small box. I'm glad I got the small box because that's enough for me. It had an avocado in there. It had 3 organic apples. Everything is organic because that's what they do. 3 apples. I got 3 tangerines. I got some radishes. I'm like, I guess I'll chop that up and put them in a salad. I'm not a big radish fan, but okay.
That's what I thought would be interesting.
I'm gonna slice them and put them in the salad, and I'm gonna eat my radishes. Okay. I got a bunch of kale. I got a head of green leaf lettuce. And what else was in there? Oh, flat leaf parsley. And I believe, and broccoli, baby broccoli.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is nice. They delivered it at 3:45 a.m. this morning.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow. That's...
Because they said they will try and deliver it before 8. Well, I guess that's before 8 a.m. Because it's fresh, and they do certain routes. Because Capay Valley is a little ways from Sacramento. It's not like around the corner. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's a few miles, at least 30, 40 miles. So I'm like, okay, but they're delivering in the area, and they have partnered up with other local farmers. And I had an apple today. That apple was real good. It was sweet like an apple.
Oh,
I love sweet apples.
It was a real apple.
It was a real apple.
Real tasty, right?
Yes, it tastes like an apple. I was like, yes, this is nice.
And it tastes like wood
or paper or something. It tasted like an apple.
It's almost like cross-pollinate the stuff, and then the flavor disappears.
I don't know what they do. They do some crap in the lab, and all of it is no good. Hey, Tim, how you doing? So they delivered the box, and it was in a box, and it was fresh and what have you. And now, I have Ring on my door, so I didn't hear the motion, but my husband, I think, heard it. And, like there's motion at the front door.
Right.
And then there was... and then I went back and I looked on my phone, and I can see the guy in, they had a tracking barcode where they can track your order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was happy with that. I did.
So you knew it was at the door because your doorbell alerted you on your app?
Yeah, there was motion at my front door. So if there's motion at the front door, the Ring doorbell will let you know that something happened. And he didn't ring the bell, which would not have been cool.
Of course not. But he could have rung my bell. But I'm just saying that because I'd have been up.
No, not because of that. Because Macy would have been at the front door.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I think I put in the thing, do not ring the bell.
Okay. I was going to ask, do you have an option? Do they have an app to allow you to know when they have set it on the doorstep?
I think they notify you via email or something because they are tracking it.
Yeah.
And this is fresh vegetables. If they steal it, then they really need help. This is anyway.
Then we just consider that mission work. They take it.
So
about the food ministry. Okay.
So it was good.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so glad. That sounds really nice. I may have to try that, Francie, because with the way you're talking, it sounds like I'm going to actually eat something I don't usually eat. Which is going to drive me to eat better. and
I won't bring in the other stuff into the house.
Because it's going to keep me out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
Which is where I was this morning.
And they used to do this anyway. You can have them bring eggs and milk and butter and nuts and they can do all of it. I just happened to, I chose a small box, and I didn't choose you get a box size, whatever you want, of fruits and vegetables. Then you can add on the dairy and all the other things. They even have healthcare. I mean, skincare.
Oh, okay.
But I just decided, okay, whatever. Let me just try it. Oh, what happened to Terry?
I'm here.
Oh no, you're there. What happened to Terry? Did she push a button or?
Oh, I don't know. I had trouble. I had to leave and come back, so I don't know.
Maybe she had trouble too. I don't know.
I had to close my Zoom and come back. I was like, I couldn't see anybody. I could hear, but I couldn't see anybody.
Okay, hopefully she comes back. So tell me what's been going on with you, because I wanted to ask, okay, we heard about Amazon.
Well, there is an update. Instagram has a new update for their stories. And see, this is why, we're supposed to, I'm going to do a training, and I've been waiting because I'm like, I know Instagram is going to come up with these updates. So they came up with another update, and I'm just going to let this be the last one, and then we'll just have to do the training. But they have an update to stories where you can update up to 10 photos and videos in one shot.
Wow.
So instead of doing 1, you can upload up to 10. And you know how the window comes up where you can, you tap multiple photos and videos. So you can do that, and you can upload them all at once. And you can also go back and individually, enhance them with stickers and GIFs and hashtags and stuff like that. And it also, Instagram also put in an automatic location finder.
Oh.
So you know how there's a tag where you can add the tag of the location. It looks like a hashtag. Instagram will automatically pick up the location of the photo, and they get this from the information that's in a photo, because when you take a photo digitally, there's I think it's called EIF or EXIF. There's an acronym, but it's the information that is encoded in the photo, and the location is encoded in the photo. So Instagram will pick that up automatically and suggest the tag. So like if I take a picture in Central Park, it'll pick up and say you're in Central Park, and automatically pop up that little tag, location tag, if I want to use it.
Wow.
So that's a good update on stories.
Yes. And now, and TJ, I'm going to send you something that I found that may help your Instagram training things too.
Am I frozen?
Your picture's frozen, but we can hear you perfectly.
Hear you fine. All right, I'm going to go out and come back because it.
Okay, no problem. And so Terry and I have been playing with some things from Later, Later, and they have Instagram training over there, which I'm sure TJ can help us make sense of it. And they have like a Instagram audit checklist to see, how is your Instagram stacking up. They have some training on stories and some other things. Oh, okay. And so did you put that in the chat, Terry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can put it up on Facebook too.
Okay. So yeah, you'll put that in there. And TJ is putting together something that she'll probably have it in better English than Later does, but there is training out there for you so that you can participate and know more about Instagram and how to make your posts beautiful and engaging. And what I learned is that you're going to have to take time to do this. You're going to have to spend a weekend or two.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute. But what I was thrilled with was that for those of us who are not real techie, it was understandable. I could follow the instructions. The outcomes were good. So don't be afraid to try it, ladies and gentlemen, even if you're not real techie.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and what I would suggest for everybody is go learn the platforms that you're on. And then master one of them, the one that where your people hang out the most, master it. Get in there and just get in there and play with it. Did you realize that there's 10 times more engagement on Instagram than there is on Facebook? And so I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, well, what's the difference between, why Facebook and why do I need to be on Twitter and Instagram and whatever? And the best way that I could explain it was, there are people that you interact with, and they all live in different neighborhoods. And I learned this from a guy that shared something with us on Blab a long time ago. But there are several different neighborhoods. So not everybody lives in one neighborhood. So you have some people that follow you and interact with you. They live behind the gates, AKA Facebook, because Facebook does not, you can't just come and go when you want to into anybody's space in Facebook. You have to be in a group or whatever. So that's kind of like being in the gated community. There's the guard at the gate. Hey, is your name on the list? Okay, then you can come in. Then there's Twitter, which is not in the gated community, and people are like, hey, come on over, and you interact and you talk, and it's like texting. Twitter is like texting somebody back and forth, having conversations, but you get to go and discover people and follow people that resonate with you, or people you think that you would want to talk to or hear from. Okay. Then you have Instagram, where, you're showing people your photos and things like that. But you're also, okay, TJ, but you're also in there having fun, talking to people, and that's the way they communicate. They communicate just like they do on Twitter, but it's more with their pictures and their posts and their videos. And Instagram has become the place where you're still doing kind of like Twitter, but you're using photos and video.
It's more like Pinterest.
Yes.
For Facebook users.
Yes. But go ahead.
I see it going there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the people who hang out over on Instagram.
Pictures. Yeah. Go ahead.
The people who hang out on Instagram don't normally hang out over on Facebook.
Correct.
And so if you have people who you're trying to talk to and who you're trying to reach, I guess the best way to say it is, the people you know already are on Facebook, and those people like you and know you. But the people, if you're trying to reach other people who don't know you or your product, you probably need to be over on Instagram. Maybe Snapchat, depending on the age range that you're trying to reach.
So Facebook is like friends and family.
Yes.
And Instagram is sort of like, a new audience of people.
Yes.
And then Twitter is sort of like Starbucks. People just hanging out.
Yeah, the people are hanging out and talking about a particular topic. I like that.
And usually Starbucks at a meetup. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at specific things.
Yeah.
Talk about specific subjects. So you might go to a meetup about tech, and I might go to a meetup about retail sales, or
yes.
or government or whatever. So
yes, but because you're going to that neighborhood for a specific purpose. In Twitter, I can hear what they're talking about. TJ calls it the water cooler. What's happening? And you want to know what's trending and what the topics are. You can go to Twitter and get quick news feeds of what's going on. Twitter is that one place that if you don't want to deal with your local news and CNN and all of that stuff, you can go to Twitter and go type in what's happening today. You can see the trends already happening. So that keeps you, it keeps you in the know
about your niche.
Because you can go hashtag or search by a particular subject, and all the tweets about that subject come up.
And so you can now, and Facebook, everybody's just talking about whatever they want to talk about.
Yeah.
And all of that. Just like random.
But these people are random, but they're people you know.
You have random conversations with your friends and relatives.
Yeah. Friends and relatives over on Facebook, and and it's very hard to market to them unless you come in as an advertiser and buy ads to get your product in front of them, or they're part of your group and you share your product or service with them.
Gotcha.
If you already have them and they're already liking you, already trusting you, then use Facebook because you got them over there. Now, the thing is that you try, and Tim Gillette can speak to this, you want to get them off of Facebook and onto your mailing list or onto your, I now use my text list, because it's a higher open rate for texting. And I did something, was it Thursday? Yesterday, there was a little business luncheon meetup that we were having, and I text all of the biz chick people that are in our mailing list. I just sent them a text, and people showed up who I had not seen in a while, and they were like, "Oh, I got your text." I was like, "Oh, cool," because we will stop and look at a text that pops up before we will go to an email.
Exactly. And they said, "Oh, and I wasn't doing anything on my lunch hour, so I popped over here." It's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
So I now know that that's a better way to interact, because it's more efficient. At least they will look at it.
And it's in real time. Because sometimes I schedule when I'm going to look, or if I'm ever going to look at my emails.
See, that is the other thing. People do look at your email, especially if these people want to hear from you, they will look at your email. But I get a lot of email from people that I'm like, okay, whatever.
I get a lot of email from people I want to hear from, but I just
don't have the time.
I just don't look at email. There's so much of it.
It's like, I'm like, okay.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I need to go in and filter out all the crap.
But if I get a text, now here's the thing for texting. Hey, got a new, and I'm probably going to do this. So all you biz chicks that are there and you've already signed up, you'll probably get one of these. I can send a text saying, hey, our new newsletter is out. Take a look. Put a link in there and the people can go, and I'm not having to
dive down
and send out. I mean, I can send an email still, but at least if they're interested in the newsletter, they can now click on the new thing and they got it immediately on a text.
Well, the thing is, I like to text and I like video. So I tend to pick those kinds of tools that work with that. So I'm definitely going to look into, easy texting and set it up. I downloaded it yesterday, but I need to set it up.
And if you need help with that, call us and we will help you get that together. It is I looked over several texting companies and apps, and this one was the most efficient for me, and I was able to understand it. They give you some free credits to try it out so that you're not just spending money if it doesn't work for you. But it's easy to upload the people into the system. You can get a VA to do it, or you can do it on a Saturday afternoon or something. Get in there and just start putting your people in. And these people have opted opted into, I'm taking it that these people have already opted in to hear from you. And, a lot of times when they ask for email, you don't ask for a phone number. I ask for a phone number because if you really want to hear from what we have to say, then you'll give me your phone number. If you don't, then that's okay. Then I'm really not who you wanted to talk to. So that's okay. And I don't get bent out of shape about it. It's like, okay, well, you're not interested. You're not into me. Remember that movie?
Yeah. And remember, guys, remember when you used to go to the dance and the guy would ask for your number? If you didn't want to give me your number, you just said no. It's okay. And hopefully he moved on. Sometimes they would loud talk you. Oh, you're too good to give me your number. Whatever, people.
And that is precisely why I didn't give you my number, because you were going to act a clown when you got it. So that is, in a nutshell, I'm beginning to understand social media better. When TJ is explaining it, now I understand it. Then I watch it. See, you can't just start doing stuff. I'm going to do what they're doing. You need to get an understanding. Oh, and all you're get an understanding of what it is that you're doing so that you don't commit faux pas, Faux pas or
And
mistakes.
this is why people are always asking why. You know, why do I need to do this? Why this? And if you know why and you've been using it, sometimes it can be annoying to ask why. Just do it. You know, no, people, take your time and tell us why. Because as adult learners, we're not going to do it if we don't know why.
And you want to know why you're doing something.
I got enough to do without some more stuff. You know what I mean?
And you want to know why you are cutting the end of the ham off.
Yes. Maybe it's not necessary now once we have the conversation, because I got a big enough pan. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, for you who don't know the ham story, the young lady was watching her mom cook a ham, and the mom cut off the end of the ham. And then she said, well, why did you cut that off? Well, because grandma did it. So they asked grandma, why did you cut off the end of the ham? Grandma said, because my mom did it. And then they asked great grandma, why did you cut off the end of the ham? Well, the ham wouldn't fit in the pan. But you're just following traditions and following people's mistakes or other things.
I think it has something to do with the recipe.
And it had nothing to do with the taste of the ham, did not have anything to do with what was going on. And it anyway, know why you're doing something.
Look, cause of the butcher, could you cut that in half?
Know why you're doing what you're doing. And that means I really strongly tell you to go sit down, and the information is out there. It's free. It's called Google. How to do an Instagram post, how to do such and such and such. And companies that have apps are going to tell you. I was surprised. This was by later, how to audit your Instagram audit checklist. I was like, okay, yes, you're going to give up something like your email, but they're going to help you. They want to help you have a successful Instagram experience.
Now, see, people who really want you to use their product correctly will provide training.
Yes.
Okay. They're not gonna send you out there with a chainsaw without some instructions.
They're not just going to toss you out and just like, okay, I got your 1995 and I'm going to feed you to the wolves now. No, they're going to teach you something. And so take the time to learn and go through the training. And it's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you. I have to sit down, and we were a tad bit late today because we were all in here playing. It's like, oh, what's that? It's like, okay, I got to stop now.
Like, got a little distracted.
So, but it's okay.
It was good information. I was just like, I was enthralled. And I really, what would you say? I really like to acknowledge good training and good training techniques.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, these people understand. Tell them what you told them. What you're going to tell them and tell them what you told them. You know, they were very concise with how they did that. How you doing?
Okay, you back?
Give us the mic.
No mic?
I got you now, yes. Okay, so I don't know what's the deal with the Zoom, so hopefully you're all good now. You know you're Mr. Wizard with all that stuff going on over there, too.
I don't know. It's Zoom because it was freezing and I couldn't hear and I couldn't see. And
did you see me disappear earlier?
Yeah.
That was Zoom. Because I thought, oh, did my internet drop or something?
Right. It's Zoom. It's not us.
Okay, so maybe they're doing updates or something.
Maybe I didn't sign the privacy agreement. Oh my God.
Okay. And that segues us into the next conversation.
Yes.
So let me pop out.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. So that's the net neutrality. So, as you know, we've been talking. How long have we been talking about it? Maybe last year or earlier.
Yeah. When they decided they were going to try and do something.
The FCC decided to change the and this unfortunately is one party is leading the FCC agency now because we got a new administration. So the previous administration had all these great rules to protect net neutrality, which net neutrality means that the internet is free and open for everyone. There's no throttle. There's no, you pay to get on the fast lane, and you get your internet connection from your ISP. You pay whatever tier that they offer, and once you get in, it's like you're in the house and you can go to any room. So now the FCC wants to change. They have changed it and changed the ruling to where, okay, if you want to go in the kitchen, you may have to pay extra. Or if you want a faster, faster connection, or, faster access to a certain website, you may have to pay extra for that. And that's going to come from the ISP, not the FCC. The government isn't charging you. They're allowing these rules to be removed so the ISPs can pretty much do whatever they want. So now the ISPs are saying that they're not going to do anything, but they're companies. They're businesses. They have to make a profit. They have shareholders. So if you think about your internet access now, like I said, you have an ISP package to get internet access, and there's different levels. They call it tier pricing. So there's a low cost, a medium cost, and a high cost. But they may change it to where, okay, you may get internet access, but you have to pay more to go to CNN, or you may have to pay more to go to Apple.com, or you have to pay more to go to, the top level websites. That is what they may do. Now, right now, they're saying they're not going to do that, but I said, give it a year. It's going to look different because the ruling is standing, because we were thinking that there was going to be a safety net, that Congress was going to make some kind of ruling, and it looks like that's not going to happen. That's what they're saying, that is probably not going to happen. So this is where we are now. Right now, everything is good. There's no need to panic right now. It's just that the protections that are keeping things the way it is now have been removed, and your ISP can pretty much, this is Wild Wild West. They can do what they want now without anybody regulating them.
Interesting. And that is probably why you are getting a lot, one reason, I'm going to say it this way, Mark Zuckerberg took a hit for everybody in the industry.
Yes.
And
yes,
so,
he did.
and by him taking that hit, now I'm getting privacy notices from everybody. You must review and accept our new and I was like, dang.
Yep. They're sending out, every website is sending out email. When you go to an app, you have to, accept the terms. And also, this is also part of the GDPR, the General Data Protection Rules that are in effect for Europe.
Yep.
Because their privacy laws will go on effect May 25th, and it's going to be strict as far as it gives the user control over what you get from them. And it's as simple as an IP address or an email. Don't think that your business has nothing to do with this. It does. Because if you have a page on your website and you're taking in emails, like here's a free ebook, here's a free checklist, here's a free guide, and you asking them for their email, that's a part of the rules. So you're going to have information up, and I'm still researching it, but you're going to have a way for users to remove their information from your site or your records or whatever. There's a couple of layers to it.
And that is why you probably need to be connected with a person, your webmaster, and yes. Or whoever is hosting your stuff needs to be able to do that. Because I just got some things with my WordPress, and I'm getting notifications like we're GDPR compliant, and we're doing this, and we got you on this, and you can rest assured that da 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 da.
Right. So I think on next Tuesday maybe we'll start talking about more generalities, and then do another show right before May 25th to make sure that we're all together. And like I said, it's still new. People are rolling out, different things, and people are saying, this is what you need to know about GDPR because, this is coming from Europe and we're in America. So we got to wait and see what they're going to say. And also there's going to be fines. What's important about this is they're going to be fines. The EU will fine your business or your website. How they're going to do that, we don't know just yet.
And Barb is on. Barb, thank you for tuning in. And she said all kinds of tech issues this morning. Sorry to have signed in so late. No worries, Barb. We appreciate it.
Barb. I'm having trouble with Zoom too, so don't worry.
Yeah, and I think, see, and this is what we're saying. You don't know what the people behind the curtain are doing.
Right.
And you just have to be able, you need to be ready to pivot, be ready to do whatever you need to do should one or more entities decide to do some changing, because we don't own any of this.
Right. And so that's what I was saying earlier, that the internet is going to change. As we know it today, it's going to change. After May 25th, it's definitely going to be different because of, the European rules. But because we're having our own privacy issues and the net neutrality ruling, which is going to change everything. And like I said, the ISP, your internet service provider, they haven't done anything yet. But I'm just saying, get ready to, whenever they decide to do what they're going to do, because, they're going to want more money. It's a business. And if this is a way for them to have access to charging their customers more, they're going to do it.
Yep. And Barb says Microsoft is rolling out an update this weekend. So, or is that Microsoft 10? I am not a PC user, so all you PC people, let me know. Barb, is that Microsoft 10 that they're doing an update for, or have they had another version come out? So I'm thinking that is Microsoft 10. And there's a couple of people that I know so far. I've seen positive change in seeing internet roll out to rural community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, see, on the other side of this internet world, Google has done stuff with Google Fiber. Google is trying to connect the whole world and make sure that everybody has internet access, because like Barb said, there's rural areas that they cannot, that
they can't get online
to connect to a satellite or to the connection of, say, a bigger city, like an urban city where, there's a grid and we've got internet everywhere. And like I said, in New York, there's free internet on the street. You just walk by and there's a kiosk and you just connect with your phone or your device. And it's like every block. So there's no loss in connectivity. So I can walk down 10 blocks and use the free Wi-Fi that the city provides. And, of course, I have to agree to stuff before I do it.
And that's just the same thing that you do when you go to Starbucks, and Google is in Starbucks now. So when you're in there, they want you to agree to whatever. And I totally get that. And I appreciate that. My sister lives in a rural part of Texas. She's outside Dallas and in the country someplace. And I'm like, I'm a real estate broker. Before you go buy a house, check the internet and make sure you can get it, and check the phone signal. There is nothing like being at home and you can't even use your internet or phone service.
Right. And see, living in a more urban area, a suburban area, and you're used to, like I said, it's like water. You turn the tap on and the water comes out. Well, your internet, you expect it to come right up. But there are places, around the world and here that they don't have internet access so freely, or they don't have a choice, or, it's not as great as someplace that's more populated.
So Barb says my access just went down $50 per month, and she's at the high end on the usage spectrum. So that was really surprising. Who is your internet provider, Barb?
And see, what I'm thinking about that is that could be the ISP going, well, we're going to get you with this new, with the new ruling. We're going to reduce your internet access account by $50, but you may, like I said, they may charge you more to go to certain websites, which they don't do that now. But that's the whole nut and bolt of the net neutrality, is that they can charge access for going to different websites, different places, which will cost different items or prices, and they have the right to do that. Now, the FTC is now overseeing, the internet connection and everything with internet and everything. So we're going to see what the FTC has to say about it. Maybe there's going to be some kind of, thing where consumers can put in complaints about their ISP is overcharging or whatever, and they may do something. We're not sure. That's the key. We're not sure what's going to happen now.
Okay. No problem, Barb. Thank you anyway. So that is we just need to watch it, and you just need to know what's going on with your internet service provider, and watch your bill.
Yeah, look at your bill, see what's going on. And as a reminder, the FTC is the federal agency that looks at consumer protection, and they monitor and eliminate and prevent anti-competitive businesses practices like monopolies and stuff like that. So this is the commission that's on the side of consumers. But let's see,
from here
on forward, let's see what's going to happen.
Yes.
And I also have some other ideas about some things that may happen with the internet because of the FTC and the internet. All that ad business going on, and they made influencers put a hashtag ad, or they have to tell consumers that they are getting paid to sponsor, and that Slim Tea and all those other things where they weren't revealing that they were being paid. So the FTC was over that and changed and made the rule and said, listen, you're an influencer, and if you're being paid by the company or the sponsor of the product, you have to reveal that to the consumer.
Yes, and you've heard it on like CBS when they said Simon and Schuster is a
They have
CBS.
to reveal, and ABC News will do that constantly because ABC News is owned by Disney, so they will say, ABC News is owned, or Good Morning America, or whatever show we're partnered with Disney, and when they review Disney films, they have to reveal that
they are in the world of real estate. It is called a disclosure. So you have to do the disclosure, and like I was saying about later, the Instagram thing, they teach you how to disclose properly if you are being compensated by someone.
Right, and that's the ruling came from FTC, because before this ruling came out, people were, saying, oh, this is, I tried this product and it worked so great, but they didn't tell people, the audience, that they were being paid to promote the product. Right. They didn't disclose that. They didn't reveal it. So now they have to.
Now there are times like I'm not getting paid by Farm to You.
Right.
When I told you about, I was happy with my little box and stuff. I'm not getting paid.
Because you're just a customer saying, I got the service, I bought the service, and I'm just giving you my honest opinion on, my experience with that company and the product. So that's fine. But it's just people that get paid and they don't reveal that, money was exchanged or whatever service, something was exchanged in response to having them and put the post up or say something.
Yeah, now I know that's a good practice. I know people are doing that, but is that really good for you? Because now can you be, if you are a person that is testing out different products or trying different things, can you really do that authentically if somebody is compensating you for it?
Right. Now, see, that's a good question, because you have to look at someone who's, say, someone who's been doing this for a while. Say they had a website or a blog for at least 8 years. And they've been talking about, this is a mom blog, and they've been talking about moms and parents and this and that. And they haven't endorsed anything, but they've been truthful about, the topic, and they've been very helpful and giving value. Now, if they decide today to say, okay, we're going to be sponsored by whomever, say Pampers or whatever, when they disclose that, because they have an audience that trusts that blog, there's going to be little backlash. It won't be that much, because they've trusted that person, because they have proof that they've been online with the blog, on social media, whatever they're doing, and they've been honest and above board with their reviews and their, whatever they're talking about with the topic.
But then you starting to look like, are you saying that because they're paying you? Or are you saying that because it really works?
Because most of them will say, this post is being sponsored by whatever.
But me as the consumer, do I trust it now?
Right.
Because
you have to look at that. But my opinion is that if someone who you trusted all along.
Yes, now I trust their opinion.
Right, because they have a blog, they have costs. You have hosting costs and this and that. And so you may want to have one sponsored post a month. Something like that. You don't go every post is paid for then that's a different story. But if it's say one a month or two a month, because they have to pay the bill for the hosting or whatever reason, then I think that's okay if you trust them. If it's a site that you like.
And it has to be a fit for your brand too.
Right. It definitely has to be a fit. If it's not a fit, they're definitely going. Whether they like you or not, they're out of here. Because if you, like I said, if the mom blogger site, and they start talking about something else, golfing, golf balls or golfing or something, I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a mom blog.
Yes, and why are we over here having this conversation?
Right. So that's not a good fit.
No,
it's not a good fit.
That is, so you want to keep your brand on point and keep it in mind, keep your story straight.
You have to look at and this is the thing I hear we talked about it here, and I hear a lot now, is that you have to be mindful of your audience. You have to put yourself in their shoes. What are they coming for? And we said this before. People are busy, they have busy lives, and there's entertainment and stuff that comes before your website, unless you're an entertainer. Unless you do something in an entertaining way. Most people are going to want, dog pictures, cat pictures, baby pictures, grandma's birthday, somebody's getting married, somebody's, a wedding, an anniversary. So all of those things come ahead of your business. So you got to fight for all their attention through all of that family and life stuff.
Yep.
So it's got to be on point. It's got to be something that fits. Like Fran said, has to be relevant, has to fit, has to, make sense. And, because you have people that have websites or businesses and they want to make money. You do want to make money, but there's a certain way that we talk about here all the time, that you need a path that fits, that is satisfactory for you and for your audience and, your customers.
Yes. So anyway, the privacy conversation continues. I heard Seth, I was listening, Seth has a blog now. Seth Godin.
Okay.
So I was listening to his blog yesterday, and on the conversation about privacy, he said we lost privacy back when we started when you gave your information to a credit card company is when you lost privacy. They have had all of your stuff.
If you sign up for, say, a sweepstakes, or someone's giving away a trip, and who doesn't want to do it? Oh, you sign up and you get a chance to win a trip to the Bahamas or whatever. Who's not going to sign up for that? But he's right. When you sign up, they ask you all kind of information. It's just now that because we have, all advancements in technology and social media, that it's more concentrated and everything is in one place. And I was looking at something on the news today, and they were blaming social media. I'm like, don't blame social media. You have to blame the people who are using the social media incorrectly or in a way that's not helpful or harmful. You have to look at the people behind it, because it's just a tool. These are just ones and zeros in a computer. It's not something malicious those are people using the tools maliciously or in error, a harmful way.
You taking a hammer when you're supposed to be using scissors. Okay,
exactly.
We can help you.
Exactly. So you have to look at, people are online. They're giving their opinions. They're being more open, and then you have trolls, and then you have people who are genuine. It's up to you as a person to discern, well, where am I going to spend my attention? Like I said, you got busy lives, you're working, you got kids, and you got a family, you got to cook, and you got to clean, you got to do all of that stuff, and entertainment fits into that. And then a little tiny part where, okay, let me think about going to that blog, or let me go to that app, or let me go to that website and spend a couple of minutes. And it's right now it's Facebook and Instagram and a little bit of Twitter. So you have to figure out when they're on there, I need to get their attention really quickly because they're going swiping really fast through things. So you got to have posts and information that's going to speak to them and get their attention.
You got they said 4 seconds. I think you got about
4 seconds
to catch there, especially on Instagram. You got 4 seconds to catch whatever you're going to do. And I believe it's 4 seconds on a website too, before people start moving on to something else. So
yeah. So what are you going to do with that 3 to 4 seconds? If it's something that you've copied from someone, or it looks like somebody else's thing because they're doing it and they're successful, you have to be you. And Zeph was talking about that earlier this week. Zeph Zan. So go back to her. What is her entrepreneur?
Momentum Tribe.
Momentum Tribe. And she has a live stream. I think it was Tuesday, and she was talking about this very thing about being yourself online and not copying and being someone else, because you got 3 to 4 seconds to get their attention, or they're gone and never to return. So you have to do. And
you're going to need help with that. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to need help with that. That's why you need to stick around with us. We have Barb Tomlin, who's a pro at doing live stream. We've got TJ, that's a pro with social media and digital marketing. And we at BizChicks, we just help you with the common sense stuff, some good home training.
What you need to know.
Yeah. So you really got to dig in there, and it's going to require time to learn it. Like we said at the beginning. I'm on this is gonna be my Instagram weekend. I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna learn some things. I was like, oh, okay. And there's hope, but you're gonna have to learn. And the same thing with Facebook. Get the big 3 down: Facebook, get fit, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And we are and we're here to help, because we're putting together a thing here locally to help people get fit. Help you get on Facebook, help you get on Instagram, help you get on Twitter. But now there's the working of it. We can get you on there all day long, make you look good when you're up there, but you're still going to need to know how to use the tool correctly. Yeah,
you have to know.
And TJ is going to teach us how to use the tool. We will get you online. BizChicks, we can help you. I can help you get your profile picture and all of that stuff up there. TJ will tell us how we should post, what type of post to do. And then Barb can tell us all about live streaming and the best practices for live. And so you got a group of people here that are going to help you. We're just here to help.
You're going to get the help. You're going to find it here, and it's like every day. It's Monday through Friday, the same time, which is a part of the strategy that I say is consistency. You have to be standing in the spot when they come by, when they swipe by. Don't just get discouraged and say, well, okay, I only had 5 people look at my post. I only had 10. But if you keep standing in that same spot and they come by and they go like, whoa, wait a minute, you were here yesterday and you said X, Y, Z. Well, let me stop today and see what you're saying today. But you have to say something that is valuable. You can't just gobbledygook and all kind of junk or regurgitate something you heard a guru or an influencer say. Don't do that. So you have to know who you are as a person, as a business owner, and what you're providing. And you have to stand in the truth of that. And it's hard. Some people can't do it. Some people can. Some people can't. So you have to work on that.
And you can learn to do it, because we're here to help.
You can learn to do it.
Yeah.
You have to want to do it. Yes. And you have to have the knowledge of doing it.
You have to want to first, and then you got to want to go. It's just like, you want to learn a new language. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to immerse yourself in the language. That means you're going to have to go to the country that, the best way to do it is go, like, if I wanted to go learn Spanish,
go native.
Go to the community that speaks. That's the only language they speak. I bet you'll figure it out if you want to eat.
You have to. You have to, because it's going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. You're saying hello, hi, I need help. They're looking at you and saying something else in their language. So that's the thing. And you have to prepare yourself. If you're going to Italy, well, you better start picking up some phrases, or, get an app that's going to help you with the translation of, what you want to say.
Because I need to know where the bathroom is. I need to know where the food is, and where do I go to sleep? So,
police,
yes.
Policia, wherever you are,
it
is
is
a version of police.
You need, and we probably need to have Donna come on and teach us what are the 5 basic things that we need to ask when we're going to a country that does not speak our native language. There are certain things that I need to know.
Yeah. We should do that.
Yeah. Well, it is the top of the hour, and we all got some weekend work to do. I'm gonna be working. I got a couple of things to do. We want to remind you to get fit. We want you to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, the Biz Chicks, follow us on Twitter at Real Biz Chicks. Subscribe to the YouTube page, please. We want to get our numbers up over there. And
if you want to, and we were talking about the Instagram stories training, which is coming up really soon in a couple of weeks. So go to attentionnecessary.com. That's where everything's going to be happening.
Yes.
Go there and join up, and we're gonna see when it's coming up. And we're ready. I think we're ready. I think this is a good stopping point to go, okay, no more Instagram. So if you come out with more stuff, we'll just do another training later.
I think so.
But I think we're in a good spot.
I think so, because stories is happening, and I want to know how to use them right. And I'm like, okay, I see.
And like I said, I love this latest update, because it's instead of doing one, and you can do more than one, which is great. So
good. So maybe we can, I don't know if you want to come in on Monday and start. I
can mention it on Tuesday.
Okay. All right.
Mention it on Tuesday.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in and helping us out. This is the Tech Diva Weekly. Hopefully, we know you got something out of it, and we want to thank you for watching live and on the replay. Take something and go do it, even if it's no more than going to attentionnecessary.com and signing up so that you can learn how to use stories. Because if you learn how to do Instagram stories, it'll help you with the other stories too.
Yeah, because we're going to talk about why you need stories. What's the use of stories? What's the benefit? There's tons of benefit. So I know lots of people that go, I don't want to use stories because there's no benefit. I don't see the benefit. You're going to see the benefit. So sign up.
There's always a reason, or else it wouldn't be so popular. So that's it for the Tech Diva Weekly. We will see you next week. Same time, same channels. And we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to go here